What's up, guys, girls, bros, and betties? My name is Jared from Jaridgaming. If you guys did not catch that the past 3 times. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have plenty of cool videos, a lot of fun. But my town looks different from the last episode. What can I have done differently? Actually, I saved up a lot of resources. This took me a 10-hour process. I barely slept to do it. And what I did was, I destroyed the town and rebuilt it in 1 season. So I did it in, I should say in 3/4 of a year. I didn't do it in the winter because I didn't want to die. So what I did is in early spring, I tore this all down, and it got all completed before late autumn. And that was actually really cool. Also, in the very first episode, I said that I can't figure out how to show me, like, stats. I actually figured it out later on, and here it is right here. My health, my happiness, my town's name, what season it is, what's the temperature, and how many. So it goes number of adults, to students, to children. And this little thing right here means students without, people without tools. So that's exactly what that little thing means above their head. I don't have enough iron to actually keep making tools. I'm still trying to gather resources. Also, I changed this little town around down here. All I did was rechange the bridges and make it so it's more efficient and I get more houses in. And I don't have that little farm there anymore because they didn't want to build there or do anything there. I don't know why. They just didn't like it. So I redesigned the town so it's a lot faster for travel, so they can get more stuff done and more resources are spent, you know, better. Also, they don't freeze to death because I make them use wool coats, because I got 3 pens of sheep. All the extra wool coats I sell to other cities or the tradesmen that comes through. That actually helps out a lot, because if you sell your stuff, like useless things that you have too much of, you guys can actually buy seeds. I bought the sheep, I had to use food on that, so I kind of starved a little bit. I almost died and I almost lost, but that was off camera. I didn't show you guys that. I usually do some boring stuff off camera, just me playing. So basically I've gotten far enough where I'm just going to start doing updates. You know, like, hey, here's my world, you know, this is what I've done to get this far. Here are some hints and tips that you guys can do. Also, I'll be doing a little bit of a let's play with commentating. So I hope you guys enjoy it. 10, 11. Okay, so these guys are doing good. Earlier they weren't doing so good. I have them on wheat, both my farms, so that way they grow food for these guys, and then I get a lot of meat. Usually, 1 sheep gives you like 200 to 300 pounds of mutton or units. 200 to 300 units, but I would just say they're pounds, you know? That would make more sense to me for meat, or fish. Well, I'd say fish would be like how many fish, but and wheat would probably be like baskets or barrels of wheat. But basically, mutton is really easy to get, so it's a really good thing to invest in if you guys want to. So you want to do double crops of wheat if possible. I have 31 citizens, so it's kind of possible for me to run it. I have 4 people on each farm. Actually, I have 3 people on each farm. A really good crop run would be 4. That way you get 100% yield. I get about 75% yield on my harvest because I don't have that, you know, 4th person to help them get to the 100 and harvest it before winter comes. But here's some more mutton. See, it's just like they cut it, kill it, and they get 3 stacks. Each stack is 100 units of mutton. So it's a good investment. So I usually get between, I don't know, 600 to 700 units of mutton a season. And that's plenty of food for 30 people for the winter and for the year. So it's a really good payoff, and I have extras so I can sell it at shops, and I can buy seeds with it. Let me show you guys my trade items. I got sheep, walnut, cabbage, pepper, and wheat now. That's all I got wheat and sheep while you guys were gone. That's all I did. I don't know if I really talked about this too much, but what I did was I moved the hunting and the gatherer's hut away from the city, so that way they're not getting built up, because I was expanding really fast and I was getting kind of big for these guys to be around and they really weren't catching that much. So you guys can see how much deer are around here. I typically don't cut down the wood. I only mine out the stone and iron, that way trees can grow in their place. And the forest becomes thicker, therefore more deer come and more, you know, resources for the hunters and gatherers. Somebody commented on my first video, and that's really what I based it off of. They said, hey Jared, did you know that a really good setup for starting out is hunters and gatherers and not farmers? So I tried that aspect out on, you know, a startup on another world to see if they were true, and it is 100% true. So if you guys are having problems with starvation and problems, do this setup I did. Move it to a really remote area, about, you know, a good amount of clicks away from your main city, but there's a road. I'll explain the road in a minute, why there's a road. So basically this setup right here, it's supposed to be one house, and I'll explain what kind of house. A stone house. Why a stone house? Stone houses retain heat better than the wooden ones. Also, they can hold, I think, a little bit more people. So the hunter and the gatherer, if they get married, which you can't control, it's usually out of luck. So if they do, and you're lucky, they will live in the same house and have children, and they can repopulate really fast. Same thing for over here. The radiance, so you guys can see like a little circle around the rim. So it stops right here at this tree. If you just switch it, they don't ever overlap each other, and they have like a little, like a 6-inch, or like a, I don't know, maybe like a 20 feet between the circles for them. So it's a really good outcome. So they're pretty far apart, same as well as the gatherers' huts, but they overlap just by a hair. That's not that big of an issue. The hunters are the main thing you guys gotta worry about, because deer usually shift around, so you want to cover a large amount of area. I'm thinking about making a road come from this road down here and having one more gatherer and hunting thing down here once I remove all the stone and iron from the area, and let the trees build back up. The reason why you want trees, obviously, because, you know, mushrooms for the gatherers, and the berries and onions. For the hunters aspect, the deer like to hang out in the trees. Every once in a while, I'll come in here and I'll, like, let me just do it. I'll go like this, and I'll remove these trees. The reason why I do it is I noticed during the springtime, a lot of deer will come into that area and they'll feed, and a lot of the hunters will, like, you know, pounce on them, and they'll get actually a lot of meat from it. So it's a really good technique just to mess around with. Now, for the road, I just used a simple dirt road. Why use a road? Your people will travel faster on roads, therefore you guys will get a lot more done, and you guys won't have so many deaths, and they won't freeze to death so fast going back and forth, back and forth. If you guys want my map seed so you guys can do the same exact thing I am doing, go back to the very first video. I will put it on the video in the description, so you guys can copy and paste it into your guys' seed analyzer, so you guys can get the same exact seed, and make sure you guys are running the same settings as I am. And I'll show them for you guys right, oh, here it is. Now, map. So if you go to your map, here is my map seed, so you guys can pause the video here and just, you know, write down that map seed and go make your own. Do the terrain type valleys, terrain size medium, climate fair, disasters on, and starting conditions medium. It has to be exactly like that for you guys to spawn in the same area I did, which will be right, you know, like right around here, this area right here. I have tons of bridges just going everywhere to maximize the amount of performance that these guys get, you know, traveling one into another, so that instead of going all the way up here and down here and then over here, they can just go boop boop there. You know, they're at their house, they don't freeze to death. So I designed my city around production and how they're gonna, you know, get around and do it as fast as possible and travel resources as quickly as possible. Now for that, that's all done. I talked about this, and I talked about all this and over here. Now it's time to talk about what I did over here. I basically have a quarry with 2 people working in it. I like to have 4 people working in it, but every once in a while there will be a death or an accident, and how that happens is a rock will fall on them and they will die. It's actually kind of funny to watch it come up, not because, you know, somebody got crushed, but it's kind of funny because to watch them, like, they'll just be like, and like a rock will fall on them. Kind of funny, but then the rock will disappear after a couple of seconds. But basically what I did here is this is the start of a new town. Hopefully when you guys come back, I'll have this town a little bit bigger. I have a tunnel running through it. And the funny part is, every once in a while I'll see deer, you know, walk through the tunnels. So, I guess it's really good. I'm actually thinking about making a tunnel here too. That way hunters can deliver their food to this station here, at this storage barn. Because this storage barn over here is, you know, 97% full. It's usually, they're pretty good because they have mutton. They have tons of it, and it's just everywhere because of all my sheep farms. I'm actually going to raise mutton out here. I'm going to raise it to 1,500. I'm actually going to raise it to 600. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. There we go, 600. You want at least 1 to 2 people working in a trading post. That way you guys get resources coming in really fast. I'm actually going to change this to 200 roots, because there's plenty of roots that I'm getting, and materials. I also have 100 wool coats in storage. I typically don't sell them. I also have a bunch of food in storage just in case. Let's say one day, oh my god, so many people died because a disease, and now there's not enough farmers or seamstresses to color, you know, give them food, or, you know, they can't get food or they can't stay warm. So I usually build it up for a disaster just in case, because they can't pull it out. Only you can decide that. And how you pull it out is if you have 200 counts and you say that you want 200 counts, you say that you want 0, and they'll instantly move the counts over to your storage barn, the nearby storage barn, and all the civil, you know, all the people will go to that storage barn, start taking it out, and start using it. So it's a really good safety precaution if you guys, like, you know, like a disaster case. Because that's actually happened to me. I actually had like 5 people from 30, like, I don't know, like a few hours ago. And that actually happened. Like, they died, and I had to use my storage, and I could not trade. I emptied my storage, my trading post, and put it in storage so that way they would not die. It's just a really good strategy for you guys to use. Also, make sure that you guys are harvesting your wheat. I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't harvest my wheat. But basically, I have 701. That will last me a little while. I probably have more in this one because that one's full. Yeah, I have 400. So I have like 1,200 wheat about to be in that storage farm, or a little bit more. So that should last me for the winter. All that matters is that I have enough for the winter. The averages I thought of in my head, I didn't really test them. For 30 people, you would need at least 300 fuel limit for your guys' wood, and at least 1,000 pieces of food, and at least 500 fuel source for your, I meant like animal feed, to feed your animals in the spring while the new crop is growing. You don't want to be on the line. Never be on the line. You always want to have more resources than you really need, and you know, it's pretty obvious on why. If you have more resources, obviously you don't have to worry, and your population will grow a lot faster. I don't know if people know this, but there's a nomads button. You can allow people to, like, it's like immigration office. And also, if you guys want to, if you go to your overview, it'll tell you what year, season, homes, families, citizens, adults, students, children, how many people are clothed, how many people are educated, the health and the happiness, and you control the professions of what your city will do. You can also check out past graphs, so I'm going to show you guys my past. See, this is where, like, a lot of my people died, and that's what I was talking about. Like, I did a dramatic change, and I fixed everything, and now they're, like, you know, they died a little bit, now they're growing again. I'm trying to get to 50 people before I record next time. That way you guys have a lot more to see. I want to have a couple of episodes. Make sure you guys share my very first video on a social network. Tell your friends about me, guys. It really does help me out a lot. I'm so glad that you guys are liking me playing different games other than Minecraft. If you guys are just like, what is he talking about? I'm just now a fan. Well, I have Minecraft videos. You know, you guys can check them out if you guys would like. Be sure to check out all my videos if you guys are really liking my channel. It really does help me out a lot. Also, you guys can look in my description of all my videos, you know, for extra info on things and what I'm doing and things like that. And social networks and mine that you guys can send me friend requests and follow me on. Sorry I'm talking really fast. I typically talk really fast. I'm a Yankee. If you guys don't know what a Yankee is, you know, a Northern American. They typically talk faster than Southern people. I don't know why. That's just like a fun fact for you guys. But thank you guys for watching this episode. I wanted just to, that was a quick let's play, 15 minutes or so long. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys check out episode 5. I'll be back. Oh look, the houses are built. Yay! And this one had a child. See, this is what I was talking about. A gatherer and a hunter, got married, and they're now having a child. So the population will increase in this area, and same thing for this one. So that's a good tip for you guys. You guys can use that if you guys want to play this game. Remember, this game Banished is only $19.99 on the marketplace. Feel free to send me a friend request on Steam so that way you guys can play with me and we can all have a lot of fun and share tips and stuff on this game. And this is late spring. I'm gonna actually let this continue to grow until about late summer maybe, and then I'll harvest it. So like I said, I get typically for 3 workers out of a 15 by 15 field, 75% yield before I have to auto click harvest. That way I get all my crop and I don't lose 25% of it, because I'd rather get 75% than 50% any day. So make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really does help me out a lot. Share this video and the first video of it on your Facebook or Twitter. So, follow me and friend request me. I'm talking too much. Thank you guys. Bye.